The Rock right now is a pibble. All jokes aside, that The Rock manifested his weight loss years ago by actually resisting all of the rules that required him to actually slim down a little bit. Back in 2010, The Rock had a really interesting interview. He was saying that they wanted me to lose a lot of weight to fit into certain acts or certain roles in Hollywood. He resisted that. He told them, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to be wherever I want, whoever I want, however I want. I'm going to do whatever the F I want to do. He pretty much told them to F off, and it actually worked for a lot of time. And then, eventually, reality would just, bam, give you a KO punch. Why? Because you resisted all of that. Same with Dave Batista, same with John Cena. All of these people were resisting a certain shape. So that shape gained power. That power gained a lot of momentum, and it actually backfired at them. They resisted change, so they changed anyway. And this time, I don't think The Rock changed because it was his choice. He was forced to. The Rock, I believe, there is a video, make sure you check that out. He was talking with a doctor, but he had a problem with his heart. But years ago, I told you that he was resisting the idea of slimming down. And what you resist, persist. So he pretty much made his mind to be The Rock by becoming more bigger and bigger, maybe using PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, or testosterone or growth hormone or whatever it might be, same as Dave Batista. But at some point, he's 53 now. When you are 53, you want to live with your children. You want to see these children grow. You want to be a family man. So you gotta make some adjustments. So reality, the forces, what you resisted, all of a sudden, bam, came to you just like that. So he had a problem with his heart, and now he's forced to get off the juice. He's forced to stop using PEDs. He's forced to just embrace that change is the only constant in this life. And you cannot resist change. What you resist persists. So he, for a long time, he was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know if I can show you that, but on my wall, there is a picture of The Rock in 2013. I was just 16 years old at that time, or 15, 16. The Rock, in Pain and Gain, the movie, which is arguably the best performance of Dwayne Johnson, he was so big to the point that it was just mind-blowing. And he inspired me and a lot of people to actually hit the weights. But he wasn't transparent about his use to PEDs, just like all the wrestlers and actors that use them. Why? Because they don't want people to, like, do that. I get their point, but don't lie either. Just escape that question somehow. But The Rock, right now, is looking healthier, believe it or not, when he lost some weight. I think he lost maybe 50 pounds, maybe more. But he looks healthier. He looks human. He looks like he looked back in the WWE before he left. He looked like The Rock from 2003. He looked like The Rock in 2009 when you see him on interviews. He looks healthier. He's not completely off juice, but he manifested that by resisting it. This is why we say that when you are afraid of something, it's a powerful attractive field, like you're attracting it, because you genuinely fear losing all that weight, all that muscle. So you eventually, at some point, you will give up because of some strange way, because reality works that way. As the great mystic Neville Goddard said, something will happen, and what you emotionally embraced and what you felt and consent to be true, somehow, some way will happen. He gave that example of you read the newspaper and you get emotionally involved when you are reading the tragedies that you are reading about. How many of us do that? A lot. A lot of us do that. Consciously or unconsciously, we do that. Sometimes you just read something and you become emotionally invested in it. So make sure that you entertain the good things only. I'm not telling you to become hyper vigilant, but I'm telling you to, as much as possible, don't entertain bad thoughts. Don't. Here is an example. The Rock, for years, maybe 16 years now, or 17 years, he tried to avoid losing all his weight, avoid looking slimmer, avoid all of that. Even though he did it once, but he felt insecure. So he hopped on the juice and became bigger and bigger. And now, since reality did hit him because he abused the use of drugs, his heart became like so weak. The heart enlarged, and that caused a disease. And when that happens, you've got to stop all of the shit that you've been taking. Point blank, period. You've got to do that. So, the thing that he feared years ago came to him. And ironically, when he embraced it, more roles will come to him, just like Dave Bautista, just like John Cena. And all of a sudden, you'll find out that it was a blessing in disguise. So that's it. Don't resist something. If change is knocking on your door, accept it. It will produce something favorable as long as you are in a state of being that is more encouraging for that change to occur. So don't be afraid of change. Don't. And another thing that I want to talk about. Don't believe every actor when he tells you that, oh, it's just the diet, it's just the vitamins and all of that. Some of them are actually genetic freaks, but most of them, 90% of them, they take PEDs. They take a lot of things. And right now, even The Rock now hopped off the juice, he still takes maybe TRT or something like that because he needs that testosterone. This is the message that I want to talk about today. The idea of what you resist, persist. And maybe something you entertained a while ago, but you're still entertaining every single day by resisting it because you feel insecure about it and you are fearing it. It will come to you. Just like Job from the Bible, the story of Job in the Bible. He feared something and it came to him. He really feared it. So don't be afraid. Trust God and know that you're always protected. And don't resist change because change is the only constant in this life. All right? Peace.